of Murphy High School, the English department, and Mr. Toomey, our principal, we would like to welcome you here tonight to our induction ceremony of our 64 members, or new members, for National English Honor Society. I'd like to tell you a little bit before we get started about what it takes to be a member of National English Honor Society. It is a national organization that has, that was a club that was kind of died off for many years at Murphy. In 2014, when I came to Murphy, we decided to bring the club back to life. And at that time, each year, our organization has continuously gotten larger. In order to be inducted, or to be considered as a member, the first thing is students have to be able to excel in English. They have to complete one semester of English, and they have to be recommended by their teachers. They must maintain a 3.0 GPA. They must complete 100 service hours, which is a lot, and put up with me and Mr. Muldoon, which I think is probably a pretty tough task on its own. So, all of these members are worthy. All of these members have paid their dues, so to speak, and all of these members will be inducted tonight. Again, we would like to thank you all for coming. And Mr. Muldoon will be in just a moment, and we will go ahead and begin our program. And I'll turn it over now to our officers.
The meeting of the Celestine Sibley Chapter of the National English Honor Society is called to order. Have we any new business before us? We have. The Executive Board member, our former President Amberly Jones, is recognized.
Madam President, I have the honor of bringing forth before you and this membership 64 candidates seeking membership in the Celestine Sibley Chapter of the National English Honor Society.
You may present the candidates.
Candidates, would you please stand? When your name was called, please come forward. Candidates, upon careful examination of your academic accomplishments in the field of English, we would like to recognize you in what you have already done and in hopeful anticipation of what you will continue to do. And I present to you our chapter advisor and to our chapter officers.
Mrs. Sweet, Mr. Muldoon, have these candidates satisfied all of the requirements for membership?
Each has satisfied all chapter requirements for membership.
Candidates, having been presented by the Vice President, verified by Executive Board, Membership Chair, and Secretary, and approved by the general membership, you may now take upon yourselves the honors and obligations of membership in the Celestine Sibley Chapter of the National English Honor Society. If you are ready to do so, answer, I am ready for membership.
I am ready for membership.
Only persons of high scholarship in the English field are admitted into our fellowship. We join with others from across the country in celebration of the fields of English, in acknowledging that a life in which literature and good writing are a significant part is a life worth living.
To accept membership into the Celestine Sibley of the National English Honor Society, you must state your name upon signing a permanent role in this chapter, adding your name to the company of colleagues who have preceded you. It is your part of your ongoing legacy to the officers and members who will fall after you.
Candidates, please accept the certificate of membership. It is your outward symbol of membership, not only now, but also in years to come. Take this pin into your safekeeping. It is your outward symbol of membership, not only now, but in the years to come. As a token of new membership, and as a recognition to others in this fellowship, I charge you to wear it daily for the next week.
The pin displays the emblem of our society. The pin displays the colors of our society. The royal blue has long been associated with creativity and inspiration. The gold represents excellence and nobility of spirit. Candidates for membership, please come forward as your name is called.
Aaliyah Abdenhadi, our first set of twins in the history of Murphy to be inducted into national. Madison Napier, Alexandra Knopf, Jordan Payton, Haley Phelps, Tanaya Purefoy, William Robinson, Turner, LaDasia Walker-Lett, she is also a mid-year graduate, so this will be her last event with us. Faith Wheeler, Allison Williams, Addie Allred, and why we leave the flame burning for the entire program. Back in a few years ago, a couple of years ago, probably 4 years ago now, we had a student who was a member of National English Honor Society by the name of Raven Hamilton, who was tragically shot and killed in first semester before she could actually be inducted. So there's two reasons why we like this candle. National English Honor Society has promoted an anti-violence promise that we promote every year amongst all of our students, and it's called Raven's Promise. And so not only do we light the candle in honor of the remembrance of her, but our candle represents the eternal lamp of knowledge. And as the flame burns, and as you'll see in just a moment when we begin our candle lighting ceremony, we challenge our students to make sure that that flame or that light never dies, that it lives on forever. And just like Raven's candle continuously burns, so will their love and their fellowship within the language of English.
The candle is a symbol of the eternal flame of knowledge that will burn in each of us in our quest for literacy. Remember to never let it die and allow it to shine forever, for it is a symbol of the lamp of knowledge.
Members, returning members, please light your candles. As you do, Please pass it on so that the love and the light for all members incoming will never let it die. On behalf of Mr. Muldoon and myself, I now declare you to be members in full standing in the Celestine Sidley chapter of the National English Honor Society. We welcome you into the fellowship of this chapter and to the larger fellowship of members throughout the country. Will everyone please join me in welcoming our new members. As our new members affirm their membership for the first time, let all the members join them, thus reinforcing our own commitment. Everyone, please repeat after me. As a member of the National English Honor Society, I shall endeavor to advance the study of all areas of English, and to foster a spirit of fellowship, among students excelling in all facets of the English language arts. Ever keeping in mind our national motto as our guiding principle. Gelest Seal Midar. Duty goes with honor. Being honored for your work in language studies, whether in literary examination and fine writing, goes hand in hand with a responsibility to one's abilities to shape a better world, to help others, to turn being honored into honoring a future rich with possibilities and a world laden with potential. Our national motto, Gelesio Midar, was purposefully selected in part because it represents one of the earliest forms of the language we celebrate. And an even greater part because the meaning, duty goes with honor, represents the high calling at which each of us must respond. Just as being honored empowers us, so we must empower others. Membership in the National English Honor Society implies that we accept the responsibility of sharing the best of the language and the literature with others. There is no fixed way of doing this. Each must find a way to share and to foster the rich use and enjoyment of our language.
Good evening. Henry David Thoreau once said, "It takes two to speak the truth, one to speak and another to listen." As members of the National English Honor Society, we must understand the importance of communication, the value of listening, and the significance of expression. You have proven yourselves capable of serious study of the English language and of pursuing the truth in works of literature or in your own creative expressions of poetry or prose. Being a member of this organization and of the English community as a whole requires that you continue these efforts and prepare yourselves to take into the world the truths you have found here, sharing with others your joy and appreciation of our discipline. Truth cannot exist in a vacuum, and, like art, it must be shared to be understood.
William Shakespeare, in his play Henry V, wrote, "As many arrows loosed several ways come to one mark, as many ways meet in one town. As many fresh streams meet in one salt sea, so may 1,000 actions once afoot end in one purpose, and be all well born without defeat."
We are like those many arrows, each coming from a different source, each with unique talents and varied interests. But as members of the National English Honor Society, we all promise to support one another and to focus our energies on the Society's goals. We follow the design laid out before us, assured that our strength of intent and clarity of purpose will assist us in our aims.
New members, in honor of your accomplishments and in anticipation of your bright future, we end this ceremony with these words by Emily Dickinson. Please commit them to yourself as you grow in our society, in our community, and in our mutual dedication to a life of letters.
We never know how high we are till we are called to rise, and then, if we are true to plan, our statues touch the sky. Congratulations and welcome to the most prestigious club at Murphy High School, the National English Honor Society. You may now